Let's have a closer look on what a service item really is. A service item contains the master data of the service management module. It is the equipment or item that needs to be serviced or repaired. A service item is not the same as an inventory item. An inventory item is generic, while a service item is specific and unique. There is only one specific service item compared to a bulk load of inventory items in the warehouse. A service item is made unique by using a unique identification number and/or a serial number. A service item is owned by a customer, which can also be specified specifically with a ship-to address. You can also specify that your company is the owner of a specific service item and not a customer by changing the status of the service item to own service item. So as you know now, a service item is not the same as an inventory item, but they might be linked. You can specify service level agreements for each service item by specifying warranty and response times. A service item can include a component list, and you can assign service items to groups that share similar characteristics in terms of service. Service items will be used on service orders and contracts. When we open Dynamics NAV with the Dispatcher Customer Service Role Center, you can see all service management relevant information in your navigation pane on the left side. It is easy to find service items in this list. If you are opening Dynamics NAV with another role center, you can use the search function or navigate through departments to find the service items. Now, once you found the service items, you can open one up, and then you see that a service item exists out of a different number of fast steps. You have the general, the customer, shipping, contract, vendor, and detailed fast step. Now, if you open up the general fast step for a service item, you can first of all see that there is a unique identification. A service item has a number, so this is the number for the service item, and it also can have a serial number here. So here you can see the serial number and the number. Both of these fields make your service item unique, and there is only one quantity of a service item. We have also spoken about the fact that normally a service item is owned by a customer. So to start with, you first have to check the status of a service item. And you see here that this status is installed. So you can have installed, temporary installed, or defective. And these statuses indicate that your service item, these three, they indicate that your service item belongs to a customer. Which customer? You can find that here on the next fast step. In this case, this service item, the computer, is owned by the Canon Group. Now, if your status has another status, being own service item, then there is no customer who is owning this service item, and by consequence this service item is owned by the company, the distributing or manufacturing company, which is administering their service by means of this Dynamics NAV service management module. You see that a service item might be linked, and in this case it is. It is linked to an inventory item. So here in the field item number, you can establish the link with your inventory item. We have spoken about service level agreement indicators, and the first one you can find here is the response time hours. Response time hours contains the estimated number of hours for this item that is required before the service is started. So it is a kind of an estimated. So we think that within 8 hours we can start working if there is a service request coming in for this service item. Another element making up service level agreements are the warranty settings. So you see you have a warranty start date and a warranty end date, and this both for the consumption of parts and the consumption of labor in your service. And for both you can specify a warranty percentage on parts and labor. So in effect that means that in a specific period when you have service for this service item, and if this service item is still within the warranty starting and ending date, you might have, for instance, 100% discount on the consumption of parts and labor. You can also link or assign a service item to a service item group. That will be quite important in the functionality of the service management module. And you can do that here. So a service item group code. In this case, the computer is linked to the service item group code desktop. And then finally, you can also see whether or not a service item consists out of components. So here there is a component list for this service item, and you can see that this service item consists out of a number of different other items. Now, how can you create service items? Well, there are three ways to get service items. The first way is you can create them entirely manually. The second way is you can create a service item from within a service order. And thirdly, or finally, you can create service items automatically when shipping sold items. But before we explore these three ways of creating service items, let's first have a look at the necessary setup required for service items.